ladies, it's Nicole again, and I'm going to show you how I do my Bohemian fishtail braid. And this is a really great braid to start off with if you're not really comfortable with braiding, or you're just trying to get into it, or if you've never really done braids before. This one is super easy. I'm going to walk you through step by step how to do it. This is one that I wear almost on a daily basis. I need to start branching out and doing different kinds of braids. I am wearing 3 wefts of my Luxy hair extensions to get the fullness in the braid, but a trick that I used to do before I got the hair extensions was I would take bobby pins and I would put them in an X on the back side of the braid. So after I've kind of pulled it apart and made it full, I would put the X back there, and that would kind of hold the hair there so that it looked like I had more hair than I did. And also try ending it a little bit farther up on the braid. This will help make the bottom of it not look as sparse, because sometimes you can get like little baby hairs at the bottom. So anyways, that's a couple tricks that I've done to kind of help make the braids look a little bit more full. So I hope you guys enjoy. So I already have my 3 wefts of hair extensions in, and I'm just going to brush through them with my Bella Beauty brush. I also use the Tanlge brush. Both of them work really great, very soft on the hair. Then I'm taking my Amped Up by Cricut teasing comb, and I'm going to create a part in the very front about halfway down my head and make sure the part is smooth. And then I'm going to kind of comb back the back part of it and add some volume. This helps to really create like a smooth look in the front, and then also to kind of elevate the look when you turn to the side or the back, because you'll see I'll have the twist kind of going around the volume. I am going to lock in the volume with my Bedhead Masterpiece Hairspray. Again, I'm doing my little trick where I let the hair dry over the hairspray bottle to add a little extra volume. And then I'm going to smooth the hair back over it, make sure none of the teasing is coming through the top. Then I'm going to take about 2 inches along the side of my part, and it's semi-thin just because I like it to be smooth when I first do the first twist. So I'm going to separate this section into 2 different pieces, and then the top one I'm going to twist over the bottom and then repeat that step all the way down the bottom of the strand. And I always make sure that the hair from everything else isn't going to interlock with the twist, because that always creates a jumble. Then I'm gently pulling on the twist to kind of give it some volume and some texture. Then I'm going to take a bobby pin. I'm just swooping it around to the center of the back of my head, and I'm going to lock it in with 1 bobby pin. This also locks in the volume too. So then I'm going to repeat the same step on the other side, twisting it all the way down, making sure my hair isn't being connected with it. And then I'm just kind of pancaking it out to give it texture. Then I'm going to swoop it to the very back and connect it with a bobby pin right where the other one was. And then I'm going to repeat the first step again, about 2 inches wide. And this one is much thicker just because I like it to be a little bit more defined once I already had that first twist in there. I used to do them both thick, and it was just kind of too much. So doing the second one thicker, it really does have like a better finished look on it. So I just continue with the twist, and then I'm going to also pin it in the very back alongside of everything else. A helpful tip is I buy my bobby pins by the pound at Sally's. They are the Salon Care Professionals brand, and I love them. It's like $7 for a box of them, but I use them, and as we all know of girls, bobby pins disappear like nothing else. So buy them in bulk. Again, I'm still repeating the same steps, pancaking it out and adding texture, and then pinning it in the very back, meeting with everything else. Then I just kind of like to smooth it out, pull the volume up a little bit, make sure it's all smooth. And then I'm going to pull all of my hair to one side. I prefer pulling them onto my left side, but pull the hair to whichever side you feel better with. Kind of make sure everything's tucked and rolled and looking smooth. Then I separate it into 2 different sections because I'm going to do a fishtail braid. So how I do the fishtail braid is I pull a sliver of hair from underneath and I pull it around and add it to the section. So I just pulled it from the back, smoothing it out, and I'm adding it to the opposite section. Then I'm going to cross it over and do the same on the other side and add it and smooth it. I sometimes go through and I like restructure my hands to be sure that I have a good grasp on it, because there's nothing worse than getting all the way down to the bottom of a very like time constraining braid and realizing that you missed a loop or one loop is larger than the other because you didn't have a good grip on it. So I always make sure that I go back through. Sometimes I even look in the mirror. You'll see me do it a couple different times just to be sure that everything is working smoothly and looking the way it should. As you can see, as you get farther down, the fishtail really comes out in the braid. You just have to be patient with it. So I like to stop it about 2 to 3 inches up and grab a hair elastic. I get these from Sally's as well, and wrap it around. I prefer having a little bit longer hair at the bottom instead of it looking super scraggly because you went too far with the braid. And then I just kind of pull out the fishtail just very gently. I have a lot of layers, so I have to be really careful about this. And I go all the way down and then go back up so that the top part is more full than the bottom. And ladies with thinner hair, this would be where you would put the X on the back of the braid to make it stay. So then I take my BB styling spray and just lightly spray everything to make sure everything is going to stay where I want it to. Smooth out any places. I did take a bobby pin and kind of pull some loose hair to the side, but you do whatever you need to do. I hope this has given you some inspiration, and thank you so much for watching.